stylish, authentic life today with Melissa Sugulas. She is an incredible stylist, and I know you've worked in so many interesting closets around the city, around the country. You know so many styles and trends, and I think around Fashion Week, fall, even though it's 1,000,000 degrees outside, we're still thinking about what to add to our wardrobe. So I think the timing's amazing. Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
And you are such a timeless beauty today. Can we just dissect what you're wearing?
Sure.
Van Cleef & Arpels earrings, so timeless, classic, but you went with the butterfly instead of the Alhambra.
Yes. Well, actually, these are a local designer. These are just Lamel. Yeah.
Wow, but I love the turquoise.
Yeah, thank you.
Look at us. We're twinning in our turquoise.
Yeah.
And of course, the diamond tennis necklace.
Yes.
Was that a special birthday, Christmas, or was that a gift to yourself?
Yeah, my husband bought it for me at a little jeweler in Aspen that we like, that's family owned, and yeah.
So it was just a moment.
Yeah. He likes to buy things
Rob, are you listening to this? But I do feel like when we're on vacation that people are a little bit more relaxed, and sometimes they buy art and they buy themselves meaningful pieces to remember it.
Yes.
And then you have a great watch, a men's sports watch.
Yes.
I wear a men's sports watch.
I love the men's watches.
Are you seeing most of your clients more focused on?
I think men's, yes. Men's watches all day.
And do you tell them to go to a smaller watch for gala cocktail?
Yes, or no watch.
Oh, okay.
In gala. Sometimes
we actually know the time from our phone.
Right.
Maybe all the time.
Yep.
We know the time from our phone.
Yeah.
Interesting. And are you mixing silver, stainless, yellow, gold?
Yeah, I do. All the time. I just mix all the metals, rose gold, silver, all the time.
Okay, so you have a program where women can come to you and you can come to their closets.
Yes.
Regularly, but then you also can just work with women on an individual basis.
Yes.
So what are the majority of your clients? Let's start there.
So majority of them, I've been doing in-home styling, private styling since, I was trying to do the math. I was like, I think it's been 17 years now. And I was like, I don't know where the time went. It just went that fast. And I was 23 and now I'm 41. Okay, maybe that's 18 years.
See, we don't have to be good at math. We're fashion girls.
Yeah.
We just know that we deposit the checks from our clients. No, I'm teasing.
Yes.
Okay, so what was, so most of the girls that you style you're going in their closets weekly?
Monthly.
Monthly.
Probably monthly. It depends. During,
men. Sorry, I didn't mean to just say girls because you help men too.
Yes. Husbands of clients all the time. Sometimes it's their son. I mean, it just, varies there. And we do that on a regular basis, and that's really the majority of my business.
Okay.
And then I do some trunk shows for Lila Rose twice a year.
Okay, let's, I definitely want to talk about that. But what I love is you say you give women the confidence they deserve.
Yes.
And that's what I think about with fashion. Yesterday, I was having a really rough morning after not getting back, and stressful trip. Bella's not doing well, and I really dressed up yesterday, and everybody was like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm dressing myself out of my mood.
Yes.
There is something about how people respond to you when you're well dressed and how you feel about yourself.
Yes, absolutely. It's all connected. It's like you're showing, you're trying to match your insides to your outsides, right? You're looking good, so then you in tune will feel good, right?
Yes.
So I think it's all connected in that way. For example, like when everything was kind of shut down in COVID, I got dressed every day.
Okay, Danette and I were doing that for our Zoom
because
calls.
Just for like
I was
mental,
so depressed that I wasn't
Yes.
dressing, and I look in the mirror, and we had all these, like, when are we going to be done with this?
Yep. Yep. It just makes you feel better. Whether you're putting on jeans and a nice shirt, like whatever. I'm not going to wear sweatpants. I'm not that girl. I've always been, I'll show up overdressed to your party sometimes, but it's okay. My oldest.
I think that's why we love each other so much.
Yes.
Because we're like, oh, she overdresses too.
Yeah. And my oldest daughter that's in 5th grade, she always complains. She's like, Mom, you're always so overdressed compared to the other moms. And I'm like,
that's real. She would say, why do you look so different than the other moms?
Yes.
Well, my business is different.
Yes. Yes.
What I'm doing in a day is different.
Yes. I run into clients at the grocery store. I run into clients just all over the city. I can't. The one time I wore workout clothes because it was a tight schedule, and I went over to switch to Pure, and my friend that owns it was like, "Are you okay? Are you sick?" Like, I'm like, "No, I just did not."
I'm fine. And don't ask me about it. Oh my God.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'll go play tennis and then I'll change, like completely change out, before I, am off to the next. But yeah.
So I tried to pick up tennis because I love the tennis skirts, but now at least athletic wear can be a skirt even though you're not playing tennis.
Absolutely.
So even your athleisure wear can be stylish.
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk about the basics. I just invested in a navy jacket because I love color.
Love.
But navy and black even works.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about like some of the basics you recommend every woman, like, and on trend too.
Yes.
Blazers.
Yes.
I see everybody talking about.
Yep. So blazers in like double-breasted, single-breast. I mean, they're all in right now. I mean, I love that for fall always. Navy. I pick navy always over black. I will wear black, but it's a little bit as we age. It kind of
it's harsh.
It's harsh. Yes. And so if I want to feel younger or whatever, I'll put on navy over black, and then I'll still wear, I mean, obviously there's a place. I still wear black. I just might need more lipstick or, more blush that day or whatnot. But yeah, and I always, over 60 clients, I recommend navy over black or like a gray, something that's not so harsh that won't age them more as well. Like it's just a little bit nicer on the skin.
Absolutely. Yeah. And can you wear a red lipstick as you age, or do you like to go more neutral?
I think both. I think it depends
depending upon what the style is and what the occasion is.
Depends on your natural colors in your body or like your skin to all of that.
I recently did a skin analysis of my colors.
Oh, nice.
And it helped me to lead me towards not just going to the black dress.
Yes.
Or the brown, like the tan, neutral, or gray, because those actually aren't my colors. Like there's a certain version of that might look okay, or mixing it with other colors.
Right.
How color focused are your clients? Are there some that are just neutral? Are there some that only want color? How do you?
It's kind of a mix, but yes, like I have a couple clients that they look great in black and they will wear their black and they're younger, and there are those clients that just wear the neutrals. I try to do the color because I feel like color will make you younger. Not every color looks good on every person, but like there's some clients that like, blue's my number one. They have these beautiful blue eyes and done. That's what we're going to put them in. But I think have fun with color, especially in fall. Like, because sometimes we'll just kind of go full on neutral in fall. And then I think it's kind of unexpected if you come to an event in like a colorful cocktail dress in the fall or gown or,
And I've read that red is the color, but then I've seen I'm a pink girl, Danette's a pink girl, so we tend to be drawn to pink. But it seems like a lot of designers, whereas pink was only for summer and spring, are considering it a fall color.
Agree.
So talk a little bit more about
that. Valentino started that.
They did the PP collection.
And that was in the fall.
Absolutely.
It was fall, winter. And I think after that, it just kind of with
when
Barbie.
They saw people went into it,
and Barbie. So it's all these outside pop culture influences. I think it just kind of changed the game.
And then I saw friends at lunch, and I said I was doing this with you on trends, and they're like, yes. And jeans, the straighter out and the more whatever, and I don't even know what they said, but is there something that you should be investing in with jeans, or is it still whatever looks best on you?
So the way I style people is I'm like, whatever looks best on you always.
Yes.
Like, and that's kind of and I feel like jeans, like cargo's a thing right now, but they do not look good on everyone.
No.
And so I'm not going to that is like a thing. And
even dressy, like with heels cargo.
Yeah, it's very interesting. And so I think it depends on your body type. It depends on, what shoe you're wearing.
Okay, so if you're like me, short.
Yep.
Does a cargo pant work on a short girl?
I wouldn't.
Or a tall girl?
I think tall.
Okay.
I think that would just kind of
make me even shorter.
I think just adding
more stuff on my thighs just makes me look longer instead of,
Yep. And then also depends on what boots you're wearing for fall.
True.
Because there are some boots that are super tall and you want to wear them with your jeans or riding boots, you're going to still need a skinny denim. Or
absolutely,
a skinny
because
leg where you can't wear your shoes. And I'm I love all my shoes. And so
you are a
there's
shoe
certain
girl.
jeans.
I mean, these shoes, I have to jump ahead. Chanel, slingback, classic, but still with a twist of modern.
Yes.
I think you do that well.
Yeah, and I always buy these in the crazy tweeds or prints.
Okay.
This particular shoe. I own them in a pink and black tweed. I mean, if they come out with some crazy fun print, this was a metallic. I gravitate towards that.
But I love that you, I guess that's the other thing, is Danette and I've talked about this. When you find something you like, should you buy it in a few?
Yes, always. I buy like a man. I like this shoe, especially with my shoes. My shoes, if you saw my shoe collection, there's a certain, the Gucci slides in all the crazy prints and colors. That's my easy run around. Then I have this shoe in 4 different fun pops. And then I have I like the Chanel combat boot. I have them in gray and black with pearls on it. I mean, I think if you like it and it fits and it feels comfortable and you know what works for you, I think, yes, absolutely. But I don't really venture out much with my shoes, because once you find, this is what I like for, then obviously I want all the new.
Right, yes.
I want the new tall.
You're not probably selling your old unless you don't like it anymore.
Yeah, right. Or maybe I bought it specifically for an event.
Yes.
And I'll give it to the real. I had this Carolina Herrera. I think it was Houston's Children's Charity when Cyndi Lauper was there. It was a one shoulder, huge puff sleeve, sequin, silver, cocktail dress. And Wes Gordon for Carolina Herrera did it that year. And I wore it once, and then I wore it again to something else. And then I was like, okay, I'm done. I mean, certain things, because it's going to take up space in your closet.
And it's so memorable, you might not want to redo.
Exactly.
And how do you guide your clients? Do you feel like your clients are open? It's probably a mixture, right? Of the really unique and then the classic.
Yes.
Are you leading them towards that?
I'm more classic, and my clients, they vary. I mean, it just depends on their lifestyle, their individual style, what they, I have some bohemian type clients as well. I try to mix in classic pieces just because it will stay longer with you.
Yeah.
If you get a nice Chanel tweed jacket, you could have it for 20 years.
Right.
And it's classic.
If we can still fit in it.
Right. That is the
small detail.
That would be the key. But yes. So,
and are you finding that young women are willing to wear the grandma chic trends and that older women are wearing mini skirts and shorts still? Are you feeling because I feel there's certain things that are too young for me. I'm not sure how many shorts I'm going to keep buying.
Right.
I'm not sure how many sleeveless dresses I'm going to keep buying.
Yes. So I think there is age appropriate as well. And there are clients, like I'm not going to put maybe over 55 in a crop top. Like,
yes.
And even if it's a crop top, I like it. Like if I'm going to let a client wear it, I want it to kind of skim the top of their jeans or pants or skirt. So it's like done tastefully. No belly button ever. That's a no-no.
I like, no matter what the age.
No matter what the age. My kids are,
and I've kind of been that way with Bella to the extent that I remember there was a Halloween and there was a girl showing her belly button. And Bella was like, Mom, do you see how inappropriate her shirt is? And I'm like, it's Halloween. It's okay. It's a costume.
Yes. Absolutely.
So she will show, but, and then we've also, Jeanette and I talk about this too. Like if you go really low here, sometimes you shouldn't go really high here.
That's right.
And there's that balance between it all.
Or super fitted. You don't want to go super fitted on top, or it looks a little maybe 1980. I don't know.
Yes.
You have to balance out those shapes.
So pants are back.
Yes.
I'm not a huge pants girl, but I've been buying a few pieces, and you were saying you love pants yourself.
Yes.
Can any height wear the big bottom palazzo pants?
Yes. I would always.
Is there a certain thing about color or pattern?
I would kind of tailor them in from the knee up.
Okay.
A little bit. You can have it kind of flare out at the bottom, but I don't want it to make my petite clients look shorter.
Right.
So you always want to elongate. So if you make that too wide, it'll.
Then you're like this.
Yes.
So do you belt a lot of things for shorter people?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I find that belts help me not look so round.
Right. It helps. Yeah. Belts are great. Belts are a big, I think people are doing the belts over
the jackets.
Yeah, over the jackets again. Yeah. Like with your skirt or whatnot, like the Dior. I call it Dior. That's who I think of when I think of that look.
Yes.
Yes.
And I bought a Dior corset belt a few years ago, and I thought, oh, this is a risky buy, cost per wear. I'm not going to get there. And I have found that I can incorporate it in so much of my wardrobe.
That.
So it's kind of interesting. Even in the summer with a white dress, I feel like it goes.
Yes.
So let's talk about different designers. You have the new Dior pattern in your book tote.
Yes.
They come out with so many different styles. Are you seeing that your clients will buy the new version every year, or do people keep things for a while, or is it more about just the hottest, newest thing out for people?
I think my clients, I kind of am like, if you're drawn to the print, if it's a printed item, we buy it. Like if you love the print, you buy it. And you might wait for years. Like I hadn't bought a new book tote in a while until this one came out. And then I also like the fall with the super bright pops of color that they had out. But I was like, oh, I don't think I should get multiple at the same time. But there were like lots of different styles as opposed to just the floral that they were doing for a while. And I think if you like the print and you can incorporate it and it's the right colors for what you already have, then buy it. Yeah. But like you don't need the new one every season.
Right. And would you do the shoes that match, the belt that match, all of it? Or do you tend to just buy a print in one and then go with like the gray or the pink?
So funny you should ask. I own the slides in that because that's my summer shoe. That's one of my summer sandals I like. So I have a lot of different colors of that because that is one of my classic shoes that I like. And I own that shoe, but I do not wear them together.
Oh, that is interesting news.
So I mix it, Sometimes I wear like a neutral sandal with my printed bag.
Okay, and here's the other thing. Would you wear a Chanel flat with a logo or without a logo with a Dior bag?
Yes.
Or would you only wear something non-logo with something else logo?
Well, I have a couple of Chanel flats that are not so like Scream Chanel, like their T-strap,
like
flat
this doesn't
sandal.
say Chanel. You just know if you know.
You know
and
if
that's
you know.
what I like about it is it has the same color color,
Right.
but it's not conflicting, like logo,
Right.
logo,
Yes.
logo.
Yes, that's exactly right. So that is one thing I mentally am always thinking about that. And sometimes I might have the Chanel 19. I have it in this pretty green color from last fall. And I have a Dior slide that has the green. And I will mix the two, but you can't really... It's fine as long as it kind of goes together.
Right. And are you focused on if your Chanel bag has gold hardware and your belt has silver or rose gold?
No, I
You're
like
not.
mix them, and then and then sometimes the 19s have two different.
That's what I like about those.
Yes.
And the Gabrielle.
Yes, yes. So
They
that
mix
helps.
It does.
And I've always mixed metals.
Oh, interesting. Because I think it's newer.
Okay.
That it's okay for most people.
Yes, yes.
But I like that you have what's true to you, because everyone should evolve to feeling comfortable with their signature style and then know how to lean into that. But then I also like it when you step out a little bit.
Yes, yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, so let's talk about, we talked a little bit about ages. Are you styling some girls for cotillion and then their mom for a gala, or?
So I haven't done the cotillion in a while. I have done, last year I did Deb's and the Deb's moms.
And how far in advance do you have to do that?
Well, that's just a lot of events. And usually I'm doing the mom because the daughter is wearing what she's wearing.
Right.
Right? And then I'm just having to get the mom all the gowns for all the different parties and events. And that's fun. I mean, I love it. I think it's great. So
amazing.
Yeah.
And are you flying things in from around the country for them?
Yes. So I have great contacts here in Houston, and I'm real loyal to my salespeople, and they pretty much can, help me, whether it's at Saks or Neiman's or Tootsie's. Like, I literally, whoever has what I need, right?
Right.
And then I have people in boutiques around the country as well. Like, I have Chanel in Vegas, I got Chanel in Miami and New York, and you kind of sometimes have to use all of your...
Yes.
Because they sometimes don't transfer anymore. And so it's like you have to have a salesperson at every store, whether it's Dior or Dior's a little better sometimes. You might get lucky about transferring things in, but you just have to have all these contacts to get the pieces for your client. I mean, it's like an art form.
And sometimes things can sell out in a day.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Which is crazy to me, that $1,500 shoe is gone.
Yes.
But then you feel this need. You're like, I better buy it. A $1,500 pair of shoes. No, Rob, I would never say that. Ever. I'm just joking. Just to make me feel like I can relate to what you're saying.
Yes, yes, yes. But it's like they'll be gone. And sometimes my client, I'm like, okay, it's here today. And
take it or
sometimes
don't.
they'll pass, and then later they're like, I really want those. I'm like, they're gone.
They're gone.
I can't do
get
anything
them for you.
And then they learn, right?
And then they're like, take it. Yes,
and then they know,
take it or leave it.
If they like it, we got to get it. I suggest certain clients that are certain shoe sizes, we need to buy them
quick.
boots in the fall.
Right.
I mean, in the summer for fall.
Right.
The minute they hit, we got to get on it. So, yeah.
Because a lot of stores have their clients that this came in, this is what we have, this is the size I have, do you want it today?
Yes. Yeah. And it's quick. You gotta be fast on your feet.
So tell us about, this season, of course, Best Dressed is one of the biggest luncheons in Houston. And I was asking you if you were wearing the designer. Tell us about going to an event with a designer. Do you need to wear the designer? Do you need to consider the style, or is it okay to dress?
So it depends on the designer. So the designer for Best Dressed this year is Pamela Rowland, which I associate that with evening attire. And so
everyone I've talked to was like a luncheon with Pamela Rowland.
And I feel like that was difficult this year. So I feel like this year it's like, if you can wear the designer, that is being respectful of the designer, especially for a large event like that. But obviously, does she want us to wear cocktail dresses and evening gowns at a big luncheon? I don't think so. I don't think that's what they would want, but just looking tasteful and appropriate. And, you know, but I do, if I'm in a fashion week show, obviously wear the designer. I suggest
But then if you go to a few at a time, like how do you change for every designer?
Well, and maybe you're mixing. Maybe you're mixing, and maybe you have on the top. I mean, there's maybe you throw a jacket over your shoulders. You're like, oh, I have this awesome Oscar jacket, and I'll just pop it on after I've gone to Zimmerman or whatever shows you're going to. But yeah.
Interesting. So, are you going to the fashion shows?
I'm not this week. I'm actually going to Jackson Hole on Monday till Thursday. I'm taking this particular one off. It's just been an adjustment. I usually do.
You do?
Go,
okay.
And I just the past couple of years, it's been kid schedules gets in the way with school just starting, and now I have a middle schooler, so it's just fun.
No, but it's real. Like I have a junior, not rising junior. She's a junior in high school, and I'm going, but I got one foot here. A team of people to help take over to go out of town.
Yes.
And so I think it's interesting. I'm going to an event with Missoni, and but I asked my friend, I don't really have any pieces. Do I need to wear their piece? It's just a party.
Okay.
And then I'm going to something for Balmain before, and she was saying, no, it's okay. You can just buy something there.
Oh, so do you could do that.
Yes. So do you feel like if you accept an invitation to a party, you need to purchase? Because I do.
Yes.
I feel like if I'm accepting to go to a luncheon for a designer or to go to an event, it's a charity, I'm committing to either donating to the charity or buying something.
I agree. Absolutely. Like if I've been in many Fashion Week events, we were at a dinner with Jason Wu once. Of course, we're special ordering pieces, right? Of course, you're at the Missoni party. You're going to find something fabulous. I love their dusters. It's like my favorite thing.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're kind of back for fall. So, but things like that. You can also find some resort wear and fun pieces.
Yes.
That would be good. But yes, I do. I feel like it's like a level of respect for the whether it's the charity. Say I'm a guest at a friend's table at a charity, I'm writing that check for whatever, just in conjunction with maybe my friend bought the table, but I'm still going to contribute. And whether it's an event with a designer, or say it's Neiman's or whoever's putting it on, am I going to buy from them? Yes, I'm going to buy from them. It's just, it's just kind of it's etiquette. It is fashion etiquette.
It is fashion etiquette. So let's talk about Leila Rose. How did you get involved with her? Because you're not just working with her, but you're really very specially working with her. Tell us your title, and you work with other stylists too.
So I actually met Leila Rose at Neiman Marcus at an event in 2018 for Recipe for Success. It was a fashion dinner.
Okay.
And I was like, the head of the charity, Gracie Kavner, was doing these awesome things at Neiman. It was like these fun fashion dinners. And I was like, oh, I'm going to go. And I bought a seat and got my friend a seat. And we had dinner with her. And she came up to me. And Gracie had told her that I was a stylist in town. And she had just launched her casual line, Pearl by Leila Rose. And she was like, do you want to do these trunk shows? I was like, what are you talking about? Like, what? We love you. We love Leila. We know Leila from Bridal. We know her from Collection. I had lots of clients that wore Leila. I wore Leila. Like, of her, like, special occasion. I had Leila brides. I mean, that's kind of where she knows. And she's telling me this. She's like, oh, yeah, just invite your girlfriends over. Have some nice food and fashion and, like, cocktails that match your dress and all this stuff. And I'm like, what are you talking about? So I was like, okay, Leila, I'll hear you out. I have no idea what you're talking about because I just do private personal styling. I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know what this is. Then I met one of her associates at the time, was like, just see the clothes. I'm like, fine, I'll see the clothes. Funny enough, the woman was in Austin, and Leela's from Texas, and
I didn't remember.
Yeah,
that.
she's from Dallas originally, and and she lives in New York, obviously.
Yes.
But and in Jackson Hole, I think they split times now. But she, I met her in Round Top during the antique thing.
Aww.
It was so interesting. Like, I met halfway, and I'm looking at I'm like, fine, I'll do it. I'll try it. I'm like, and then that was 2018. It's I'm still doing it. You know what it is classic, basic pieces, workwear, but with a twist, like fun classic that maybe you didn't want to spend $2,000 on the Leela Rose collection. You go to so many events, you can't do that for every single event, whether it's event or whether it's your everyday classic suit or pieces that are getting harder to find. And for some reason, she's got that down. Like, this is one of hers from like several years ago, and it's just, I call this my travel blazer. I'll throw this on.
Yes, and it doesn't wrinkle.
And it doesn't.
Any season, and it's any temperature.
Yep. And I just throw it on and I mix all the pieces. I don't really wear just one designer head to toe ever, but it's good quality. It's made in New York. Leela's a lot of fun. She's been in Houston a lot of times, and we've had fun dinners, and I've been in New York and done all of her fun events, and she's all about like having fun. Fashion is fun. Let's match you can match your dress to your cocktail, or you match your dress to your, like your table setting, which is just kind of quirky and just a whole nother level of theme party type thing. And I love a good theme party.
Oh my God, we have a theme. We're all about it.
I'm so excited. I love it. It's like, it's so much fun, and it's
what a great way to do it. You're matching your table to your dress, not your dress to the table.
Yes.
Let's start with fashion.
Yes.
But it is interesting how many fashion designers are going into home.
Yep.
So are you seeing that evolution with your clients, or are they turning to interior designers for that part?
I mean, sometimes, interior designers mostly. I mean, most of my clients, I even have a great interior designer.
Good.
Like, that could just handle.
You know your lane.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. I'm like, I can do scale of a body, but I cannot do scale of a room. And I can pick beautiful like, she can show me fabrics, my interior designer, and I can go, oh yeah, I know what fabrics I like. But I can't put it together. I can put it together on the body, but I can't put it together in a room. It's a different scale.
It doesn't always translate.
Yeah.
So, are there other brands? I started looking for pencil skirts, and I really struggled. I went to Saks, and I mean, other than Theory, there
just
weren't
classic ones?
Yes. There's not a lot of places, and then I was looking for a sheath dress, and so I ended up going with Black Halo.
Oh, yeah.
And I ordered a few by Acris. Am I pronouncing it?
Oh, love.
But they seemed a little frumpier than the Black Halo. That was that they said that they were trying to embrace the what's the madness, the show. It's like a vintage show where they dress like in the 60s, and she was the kind of Mad Men.
Oh, yeah.
But are you seeing like a return to the classics, that silhouette?
I see some classics. I mean, I feel like I actually gravitate towards, I have some pencil skirts. Like, if I'm going to wear a skirt, it's going to be straight. There's some for my body type. But I found La Double J does fun prints in them. Actually, Zimmerman did some knits. Like a knit one that was nice. I mean, I think Valentino did a knit one last season too, but you have to like search for them. Yeah, I mean, it's not everywhere.
And of course, I would love everything Valentino, but I was trying to.
It would be great.
Wouldn't it be nice?
I just saw this one piece today. I was like, I'm always on the internet. I'm always looking. I mean, it's just constant.
You probably get a million emails.
And they had these like super fitted. They look like knit pants, and they were Valentino metallic, and they were fitted, and they flare out, and then it had this. They're calling it like a feather, and then they had this feather like poncho over, but it's not a poncho like in an ugly way. It's a poncho in a pretty way. And I was like, I want this set. I don't know how I'm going to do it. It's like, and now that's all I'm thinking about all day.
Get excited.
Yes,
I love that. And we still get excited about handbags that come in. Like, I'll just feel like that people will go, oh, are you ever just numb to it? Never. I still get chills. I still love it. So you said in your interesting facts on your website that you had a W magazine subscription when you were what?
I don't know.
9 years old or something really young and little.
Yes.
But I remember ripping out and saving it pre-Pinterest and just like all my tear sheets, and literally as of even 5 years ago I would pull it out every year because I wasn't in a place I didn't buy designer ready to wear. I was shopping at discount stores buying luxury accessories, and I knew if I only had X amount of money I could buy a luxury accessories, and if I paired the shoes and the belt and the bag with the outfit that was classic lines, I could get away with not having the designer ready to wear piece. Are there little tricks like that you are doing for clients where you mix high-low?
Absolutely. I'm not the best at mixing high-low, and I might find certain things on Zara on occasion. I will never go in the store for you. I'm not that stylist.
Right.
It makes me I get anxiety and overwhelmed in that environment. And I like looking at pretty, organized clothes.
But you're not against taking that in their closet that they already own and putting it
ordering
with other
like,
things.
oh my gosh, they did some knit like jacket last spring, and I was like, oh my gosh, we got to order this. It may be awful. It looks amazing, and it was like crochet knit, and you never know. And sometimes you find really cool pieces that you can mix in. But I'm not going to physically search that. Like, I'm not going physically in the store because it overwhelms me. But online I could find. And yes, denim, not super low. Like, I don't know how to explain it.
There's kind of a fine line in between.
Yes.
When you're sacrificing the overall look.
Yes.
And it's not worth. So before we started, we were talking about buying intentionally, and I'm trying to be much more focused. And even with Danette in the office with me, we'll take a break, and I'm looking at things and showing her, and I'm like, okay, when this comes in, we can't fall in love because I need to have 2 new pairs of shoes, and we have to make sure they meet all the requirements. But like I just ordered a pair of Dior velvet open toe sandals, which work for Houston, but if you're in New York, it's a little harder. And we were like, well, how do you wear the tights with the sandals? So what is that needs to be for the person that can buy 10 pairs of shoes, right? Not the person that's buying 2 pairs that's going to take them. And the other thing is traveling. Like, I find that if I have all this, I don't need all that. When you travel all summer and you're just packing from this to that to what you realize you don't need all the stuff.
No.
So are there some go-tos? I know it's individual.
Right.
But are there some things that you recommend, like a sneaker, a pair of that you could kind of walk through?
Of course. Like a sneaker, a great boot, tall boots. I'm sorry, they're back. Like, we got to get.
So do the tall boot.
We got to get a tall boot this season.
Because we have the shorter boots.
We have the shorter
these
or
are shorter too.
And they still, those are great too.
Especially when it's 106 out.
Yes. We probably are going to wear them with dresses, right? Or, in Houston, just for our climate. But basically, those are actually the hardest thing to pack too.
They are so hard. So I almost want to wear them on the plane.
Yeah.
But then your feet swell on the plane. And then when you got the high boot and you can't untie it, you got to pull it off. Like, it's real.
It's real. I actually will even get it. This is a little trick. So.
Okay, good.
REI, you're going to think yes, REI.
Okay.
They have compression, like hiking boot socks that are super thin.
Oh.
And it's such the craziest thing, but I had a client that is like super active and does all the climbing and hiking, and we were traveling together, and we were in New Orleans one time, and I'm like, what are those socks you're wearing? She's like, they compress so that your feet don't swell, and she had them on under her boot, and I don't get blisters anymore. I mean,
wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Very nice.
It's not very like glamorous, but it's like necessary, you know, when you fly and everything, and you know, it's winter.
It is. And how long are you wearing an open-toe shoe or recommending your clients in Houston?
In Houston, the rules are different because, like, I think it could be 80 degrees in December and it's fine. Like, you can do it. Just make sure the rest of your outfit is fall-ish. Like, don't wear your summer dresses at that time.
So I do tend to put my linen away.
Yes, I do not wear linen in winter and fall.
Okay, so I'm trying to not even wear it in September.
Yeah.
Is that what you agree?
I would agree. I would agree. I think we're kind of past that. We want it to be fall, so I tend to start dressing like fall in Houston because I'm hoping it brings the cold weather.
Yes, and like I had this put away, but I thought maybe I can get away with it a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's also like kind of Western themed too, and I've seen that even a lot of like Yves Saint Laurent even has a cowboy boot.
It's a huge trend right now. Western fringe from the denim. I mean, they have it's everywhere. I mean, that is a huge trend right now, is the Western and the fringe. And I think fringe is fun. Like, we're doing a girls' trip in October, and we're going to see Usher and then Katy Perry, and we're doing themed dressing nights.
Girl, we love
and
it.
One of the nights, it's going to be like we're doing fringe night because we're like, we can get some cute fringe.
It's all about the outfit.
So fun.
And then Beyonce doing silver.
Oh, yeah, I'm
going.
Brilliant. I'm like, I've got to work on that. Yes.
Okay. So interesting.
Yeah.
And are your clients Hermes buyers, like Birkins, Kellys, all that? Do you help with that, or is that more individual?
So it's individual, but yes, I can help with that as well. It's trickier. Like there was one time I had a client out of town in the summer, and her bag came in, and it was actually the one she wanted, but it was with my salesperson at Hermes, and they know what I do.
Right.
And it's fine. And I personally buy as well. Right. Like I'm my best client.
Right. Exactly. Well, why do we work? To fund our habits.
Yes, that is true. And then I don't have to answer to my husband about every little thing.
Baby, I earned this.
Yes. And there was one time where I had to physically go and just handle it completely for her, because that's one of the places you have to be there with your physical card. And
they're not shipping. So Kylie, I think it was Kylie, right, wore a small mini silver Kelly to Beyonce. So I think, but some of those, I said to Rob, we went to the F1 race in Monaco, and there were so many Kellys all over the place. I said, maybe there's 300 or 400 that came out this year, and I think there's 200 at Monaco right now.
I mean, that's pretty wild.
It's just funny, right? But then I was in Alabama this weekend, and I was the only one that had Hermes and Chanel on. Yeah. So
interesting.
There's different areas where people wear more. And then I was in Nantucket this summer, and I feel like I saw an Evelyn bag, but I was the only person carrying a Kelly bag in Nantucket.
It's interesting.
So I think it's interesting, like where it's more about even more quiet luxury.
Yes, that's another
like
big
the whole
fall trend.
Understated. Although I did see a lot of Goyard bags, so I feel like that's classic for Nantucket.
Yes,
and those sort of things. So let's talk about what you're seeing with logos versus non-logos and the new brands. Is it Kate? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah,
I think those are really hot, and Loewe.
Loewe, yes, good.
So we don't buy those brands, but I'm seeing them on women whose style I respect.
Yes.
Real people.
Yes, and those are great. They're like quiet luxury because people don't know. They're not as well known, or you maybe don't know the logo. I mean, you know the logo of Loewe, but not everybody does. So they wouldn't know, like, oh, it's just a pretty bag or whatnot. And then Kate is like
taking off,
it's
right?
taking off. Like Tootsie's even has it now. And it's just, it's like it was a small brand, and it's just now like, you know, people are gravitating toward it. It reminds me of the Row a little bit.
Yes.
Not this, but in the same sense, it's like the solids and I mean, it's kind of like 90s classic, like some of the dresses.
Yes.
And I like psychologically, some of us like love things from certain eras, and then
some of us are like, I did that.
I will never do it again. Yes.
Like me being a kid in the 80s, I just can never do the big shoulder pad. I mean, I do like a shoulder pad and a balmain,
right?
But I don't love it in many things.
Well, and it just, you know,
it's not great for a lot of people.
But for a fun theme night, it's fine.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So do you have like a standard that no matter what age you're kind of suggesting it? I mean, I know like a Chanel flat goes for every age. Are there new things out there that you're like, I love this for fall? I mean, obviously Leela.
Yeah. I mean, I'm loving all the fringe. I love the cowboy boots that are not like what we're used to. I do like the whole take on the Saint Laurent, or I'm trying to think of who else did one. Chanel did not do one, but they wouldn't, I don't think.
What about blazers? Are you liking Balmain? And Veronica Beard, I think.
Love Balmain. Love Veronica Beard. I also
is it like branded that you really like the fit of?
Yeah, I
guess Leela.
Yeah, Leela. For fit though, Balmain, and then there's another one. Oh my gosh, what is it called? Blaze Milano.
Okay.
Those are kind of oversized. You might not like them because of the shoulder.
I feel like oversized is tough for a shorter girl that's curvy.
You basically have to be super skinny.
Tall, skinny girl.
Yeah, or you need to match the color if you're petite and you're my client and you're doing like a little bit of an oversized blazer. I need you in a skinnier pant and match the same color pant to your top, so that you like I still have that vertical line that makes you look taller. So you're just creating more vertical.
Yes.
And so you can do it with the right tricks, but there's only certain ways you can wear it as opposed to someone that's 5'9" or 7 and above or whatnot.
And another thing I'm really drawn to, and I bought it in several colors, is the silk tank with the silk midi skirt, because I feel like those go from day to night. So my new kind of boundary is parameter that I'm trying to focus on. If it's not an event dress, could I wear it in Houston, Miami, New York?
Yes.
All these places, and then even when I take it to Europe.
Right.
And does it fit all those places? And because I think there's some things I buy that are just Houston, Texas luncheon dresses.
Right.
Are you trying to get up there to sit, Grace Kelly? So are there kind of standard things that you're doing, like that are classics?
Yeah.
There's some silk. I feel like the Zimmerman silk dress was a good, like the shirt dress.
Yeah, the shirt dress is great. I also love, like, I mean, even like 4 years ago, Zimmerman did they still do it, that sleeveless double layer silk dress that maybe it's in a fall floral. They do them in fall a lot, and you pop your blazer on with that. I think that's a great look, but I love the dress and blazer look. Always, I think it's so classic.
Christy Lynn, we both love Christy.
Yes, I love Christy, and her new fall is gorgeous, and all her laser cut leather, and I mean, just gorgeous new boutique in Houston that was just stunning and easy to park, because that is my number one in Houston. If I can't get in and out for myself or a client, I can't get there.
No, the Galleria is painful. It has to be valet parking because of the safety.
Valet only.
And then River Oaks District, you can't just zip in unless you're also at valet. And then parking in the garage and walking is a little hot right now. But I find that every trip I go on, I at least have one of her pictures, and I can roll them, and then I can kind of shake them out and then wear them easily. And I like that whole transition day to night.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Are there other designers like that that are kind of new? Amir, I'm doing an event with him. I think you.
Yes, his pieces are gorgeous.
And I really like his blazers too.
Oh, I haven't tried his blazers.
So he does a puff sleeve, so it's really classic here.
Which I
because
love.
The sleeves make a difference.
Oh, huge difference. And then it just adds interest.
Yes.
You know, whether it's the buttons on your balmain or the sleeve, you know, absolutely. I love it.
And what about a white shirt? Are there certain brands you like for a white shirt? Because I hate this pull right here sometimes in a white shirt.
Yep. So the AYR ones are good.
Okay.
They fit well and they travel well and they come in like white stripe, whatever.
Okay, I don't know that one. I have to look.
It's just an online brand. And I don't know, I think they targeted me on Instagram, I'm sure, or something.
I know.
I bought them and I was like, oh my gosh, they're great. I have a client that has a house, like a mountain house, and I would order like doubles so that we can stock the house, you know, just for the summer. And those are great. For like a fitted one, Victoria Beckham, surprisingly, I like her white button-ups because there's usually a little bit of a twist to it. And they're harder to find, but when you find them, or it could be her like more contemporary line or whatever, if you find one great, like grab it because it's usually got some little interesting detail to it. So it's just a mix. Layla Rose Collection does some fun white shirts with sleeves, plus Pearl does as well. Like both of those, like I just buy the white shirt. I'm a white shirt person for sure. And then it's something like you kind of like, you might want the crop, not belly button, just the little bit where it skims the cropped white. You kind of need those for certain pants now or skirts. That's kind of a thing. Because unless you could tuck it always, but
but sometimes I just bought some silk pants when I tuck, then it starts poofing out.
Then you need to crop them.
You don't have the silk that lays flat. You've got the cotton that's kind of crumpled up, and you don't want to always wear a belt. No. My mom always told me that if you have belt loops, you have to wear a belt. But I've noticed that so many young hip girls are not wearing belts and are showing, and my daughter constantly goes around without a belt. I'm like, don't you need a belt? She's like, no.
It's kind of that kind of is a newer thing, like we just don't have to anymore. So
it's less fuss, maybe
less fuss, ease, you know, but I still think it adds it adds interest. And maybe that's like my friend at dinner the other night had on like this crazy like it was almost like rhinestones, but not rhinestones. Like it was like, it looked like Swarovski crystal like belt. And I was like, and she had on her jeans and like a white shirt. I was like, oh, it looks so good. I was like, I want those, you know. And then it made me think of,
where did she find it? Did she tell you?
I don't know. I can ask her. I should have. I was just like enamored by the sparkle.
We need Western wear in Houston, and then we have black tie Western.
Yes, that's a thing.
What do you kind of lead? The hats. We have a lot of hat people. I work with the hat store, but Teresa Foglio does some great. I have one of hers, and are there other hat people that you work with, or boot people that you love?
Obviously, like, I mean, Kimosabe if you're in Aspen or Vail, I mean, or Round Top, Texas now, which is crazy. I have one of the flat brim, and mine is kind of just super fun. I like mine, but I don't have multiple of it because I don't wear them as much.
Or do you wear a straw?
I wear both, but the straw. So I don't have a Kimosabe straw, but my favorite straw hats are from Cabo, Corazon Playero.
Okay.
And I found her years ago when I was like and Faya hats are great, but like I felt like they were all over Houston.
I know,
and it was this time where I was like, can I get something that
not
different
everybody else has.
that not everything? And I happened to find her in Cabo when she was like Venmo or cash only. Now she's been in Neiman Marcus.
Yes.
She's in what's the store next to in River Oaks District, St. Bernard.
Yeah.
She's in there, and you can completely customize them. My kids have them. We have them. They do hand embroidery. I mean, it's just fun. So, and it's just like, it's good for Houston in the summer if you're at the pool, or anywhere if you're traveling in the summer. They're just kind of like I call her the Cabo hat lady, but obviously
she's so much more. Exactly.
Yeah. And they do like fun hat parties. If you happen to be in Cabo, you could get them to come to wherever you're staying and do a fun. She's kind of blown up. Like she's Love Shack and Neiman's. I've just kind of watched it over the years, and I'm like, oh my goodness. It was like, it's so much bigger now.
So amazing.
Yeah.
And did you style anyone for Cattle Barons Ball?
No, I did not this year. I did not, but that is always a difficult. It's a constant. Like every year we have to do the denim and diamonds theme, or like the denim tuxedo. You know, it's like a thing, and it is. It's like something you always have to have here in Houston.
So interesting.
But yeah.
And are there any new brands out there or websites you want to share with people that you're kind of finding that are interesting? I like the idea of the white shirt place that you shared.
Yes, AYR, and they're not that expensive, and I just buy doubles. Like once you find what fit you like,
I know, and
just buy the doubles.
It never fails. I put on white and then I spill my coffee, and I need to change my whole outfit.
Yes.
The other thing I figured out, t-shirts. Do you have a t-shirt
Yes.
brand?
Okay, so I like the gold classic V-neck. It's like a denim brand that there's a classic V-neck tee, and I buy multiple, and I get them for clients, and it's great, not see-through, great t-shirt.
Oh, good.
And they have crew neck as well.
Okay.
But yeah.
And what about bras? Is that something? Because that makes a difference in how the shirts fit
it's
and
a big
how
deal.
you see it. It's a big deal.
It's a huge deal.
So many dresses now. It's a struggle to figure out the bra with it.
So I think Top Drawer Lingerie in Houston is where to go for bra fittings, and they will fit you. And they are great. I've sent so many clients there. They're locally owned, and the ladies in there have worked there forever, and they just get you in the right size. And like right now, funny enough, I buying the same bra forever. And during COVID, there was some like little piece that they were having trouble getting, and now I can't get it, so I had to switch to it. I mean, it's like one of those things where you have this what you wear, and even if the size changes, this is what you wear, and you buy it in every color. Your nude and your black, or not every color, but those are the colors that are necessary. And then it's like everything, and then you have to redo it, but. Yeah, but I think they're great, and I think it's very important, because if that's not right, then your outfit doesn't look good. So.
And what is in for men? I guess we should give them 2 or 3 minutes.
Oh man, well they're super. Their styles don't change as frequently. I did notice like some of the 70s throwback sneakers are kind of cool for the men right now, and I kind of like it. I mean, obviously their style of dress is not changing. I mean, they're wearing their polos, their button downs, their fun blazers. Maybe they get new prints in the blazer. It depends on their personal style. But I did notice like that 70s sneaker is kind of coming back. I don't know if you know what style, like the Saucony.
Oh, I don't know.
Like it's like a throwback, and I'm like, I think it's kind of fun. So maybe that would be what I would say. I think it's kind of cool, like that they have some fun stuff.
So Rob doesn't like a brand on his polo shirt.
Yes.
So we go with Peter Millar. Is there another classic?
Peter Millar's the best. I mean, all day for the polos, and they fit well, and even for their casual like jackets, and you know, I think they're the best. I think the problem is a lot of them have the logos, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and for the men, and he's not alone. A lot of men don't like that. They're not really. They're kind of wired differently than women. Like they don't want
people to see.
No.
Yes.
No. They're ultra classic, most men. So, yeah.
Interesting. So, dinner jackets. I got this velvet purple for Rob. Thought he'd never pull it out, and he loves it. And then he also loves his white one because he feels like he's James Bond.
Yes.
And he goes to parties and he's like, James Bond. I'm like, oh yeah, just humor him.
Yes, I love a dinner jacket. I mean, they're great, and like they do feel like James Bond in them, and they're also like, what can you do? Like you could put on a fun,
I know,
like fun print. You could do a fun color.
Okay, so we have blue, black, and white dinner jackets. What else? Silver. You can do
Tom
silver.
Ford does some fun.
Okay.
They do some fun ones. And then also you can go to like your, you know, some of the men's shops in Houston, and you can pick your fabric. And
okay, good. Yeah, we do Jay Hilburn,
which
does a pretty good job.
Oh, yeah.
For as often as he wears it.
Yeah, why not?
Yes.
I mean, because then you can just, you know, because that's not his everyday.
No, exactly.
So,
and then what do you think about, is men age with gray? Do they stay away from the silver, or can they lean into the silver?
I think they could lean into the silver.
Interesting.
I think you can. I think it just complements, you know, your natural
and then
coloring.
I come Richard Gere and George Clooney.
Yes.
See, I'm always trying to put this out.
Why not?
Exactly.
Yes.
I know. But
Whereas
I guess George has them all, so she always helps him look better too.
So nice. So nice. I love it.
So do you still look at what all the celebrities are wearing? Does that inspire you a little bit?
I mean, a little bit, if they're not being so crazy about what they're wearing.
Exactly.
I actually like it when I go to like when I went to Taylor Swift this year. I actually like the stage attire.
Oh, good.
And it's like inspiration. I mean, a lot of big designers design these looks for them.
Interesting.
And so it's kind of fun to like, I am excited about Beyonce just for the outfits.
Yeah. What I've seen online for all the celebs and what they were wearing has been absolutely incredible.
So nice.
I kind of want to go just for that. I mean, I am a music girl, but I'm like, oh, $1,500 for a ticket or $1,500 for a pair of shoes. I'm kind of going with the pair of shoes.
Yeah, shoes for sure.
Because unfortunately, I'm not at a place that I get to choose between both. So, okay. So, any other thoughts for ladies looking at, let's maybe talk about ideas for 30th birthday, 40th birthday, 50th birthday. Ooh. Are you helping husbands shop and get ideas for significant pieces? Is that part of what you do in your styling?
Yes. I will steer them in the right direction. I have some clients, husbands that they just have no clue. And then some men, they know what they're doing. I mean, it just depends, right? And whether it's the wife wanted a specific bag or, you know, a piece of jewelry or something like that, or a new watch. Like, I do try to kind of steer them in the right direction always, because they just most need help, most of them.
So let's talk about how someone would become your client and how the different ways they can do it. If they get on a monthly basis, what does the first meeting look like? Do you just come in? Because I'd be kind of intimidated for you to come in and see my closet.
Yeah. Well, I've seen it all. Like, it's not a big deal. Like,
it's organized, but I don't know if it's at the level you're accustomed to seeing.
No, I don't, no judgment on any part on in anybody's closet, and it's like you come in and I have to see it. Right. I have to see what we're working with and what we're missing and why you're not wearing certain things. Like, I'll be like, you know, if there's pieces you haven't worn in a while, I want to see them and I want to know why. Like, why is it sitting in there?
Thought.
And like, why are you not wearing it? Does it not fit? Does it need to be tailored? Do you not have the right shoes? Like, what is it about
God,
this?
I love this.
And so it's just,
good.
so it's not like sitting there, because it's just sitting there. Like, what are you doing? It could be sentimental, and that's fine. You can keep your sentimental in a certain area as well, because everyone has those. But yeah, just trying to figure out like what you like, what you don't like.
Do you keep things for cycles? Because there are some things that I wonder, like I was thinking about some Missoni pieces that I parted with, that now that I'm going to that, I would have loved to have had that maybe, because like vintage is so cool now. But for a while, it was like, oh, this is out. You're not going to wear this, so get rid of it.
Interesting. Yeah, I think everything comes back around. And so if it's a good classic piece, or if it's a great designer that you love and you love, like, keep it, because everything does come around. And then maybe like update it or wear it in a way with the updated shoe and like there's ways to like make it more current.
More modern and current.
Yeah.
All right. I think that I've covered almost everything. I mean, I feel selfish because I wanted to know so much of this for myself.
No, it's so fun.
One of the biggest tips I give people for traveling is comfortable shoes, because I feel like traveling like a place like New York is different than Houston, because you're walking and you're not driving like we are here. So it's not just the shoe that can get you from the car into the restaurant, but and Rob is always like, oh, it's only 3 blocks, and you're walking for another 20. Oh, we can't catch a cab, so let's walk.
That's right.
But it seems more okay to have normal shoes now. Like a sneaker's okay to wear for a day. A flat, even into the night sometimes. A block heel, whereas it used to be just the stiletto red bottom was cool.
Oh, not anymore. I think that all just changed in the past 3 years.
With COVID, maybe.
Yes. And I have seen that. Not as many stilettos at all. It's the block heel. It's the boot. I mean, even on the boots. And flats are accepted. Like I tore my ACL in 2020, and I had to wear flats for a while. But when I did that, but then it was like totally fine. It was fine. You know, you can do that, and you can dress it up. But also, like New York's, I do have specific shoes that if these are my New York shoes, because they have to be comfortable, and you're just so busy, and so yeah. So do you ever start with the shoe and the bag and go to the dress, or do you always start with the outfit? Depends. But a lot of like some of the times, like sometimes I am starting with the accessories, where there's the shoe or the bag, and then we kind of work backwards. And then sometimes it's like, oh, we knew what it just kind of. But yeah, sometimes today I think that's what I did. I was like, oh, I'm gonna wear those. It was like, okay. I do that a lot. Yeah. Because I'm an accessories girl. Yeah, me too. And if I know that I'm traveling on a trip, I'll pick out my shoes and bags first, and then I'll back into what clothes I'm bringing. Oh, yeah. Because I bring the shoes and bags on the plane with me, and then I pack the clothes. Smart. So smart. Do you carry all your luxury accessories with you? Yes and no. It depends on how long you're gone. How long I'm gone. So I guess it depends. And then however, like, if it's jewelry, I always carry all my jewelry. Always. If I've got that, always. Never leaves my, no. And, like boots, maybe, it depends. Like if it's winter and I need a tall boot, they might have to go in my larger luggage. Yeah. But it just kind of depends. But yeah, I agree with you on that. But my bags, like I put my small clutches, usually I'll have like a tote or a everyday bag, and then I will bring a bunch of smaller bags, because you can wear them to dinner. So you do bring multiples. Yes. Small bags. But the small bags only. Like you figure out what your everyday, like your daytime one is. And then your tote for the plane. And then the small bags. And then the small bags. Yeah. And it's easy to pack them, and you can fit more. I love it. Yeah. I'm ready for fall. Yeah. Anything you bought for fall you want to share other than the boots, the tall boots?
any one thing you're suggesting for your clients?
I got a fringe skirt that's
did?
kind of
Okay.
fitted, and it's Tanya. Well, I'm getting it. I have to go pick it up, but it's this Tanya Taylor fitted. It's like a taupey gray, and then yes, and then it has all the fringe at the bottom, and it almost looks like sequin. I mean, it's kind of amazing. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm gonna wear them. I'm gonna wear it.
I love that. I love that's my
like. Say I have a party.
When you search for a party, it's the hardest.
It is
to find something.
Yeah.
So do you buy trunk shows for people?
Yes.
Like when they come in ahead of time, ahead of the season?
Always.
And you're trying
I'm
to find
always
out.
looking, and I'm thinking ahead. But then sometimes you don't know what the theme of ballet ball is going to be. And like this year's is going to be kind of, I can't remember what it was called, but I've been researching that and looking for that style of, dress but
how beautiful. What an incredible job. And how many people are on your team that support you?
I have a personal executive assistant that helps, and then I have a friend that helps me with the trunk shows because I cannot do that
That's
week
a lot. Schlepping.
And then I have the the assistant to help with admin because I'm not very good at admin.
Yes.
That's not my strong suit.
Well, your strong suit is knowing style and loving it. I mean, we can see your passion and how connected you are to it. And I feel like so open to new things, but knowing what, just by the confidence in the way that you share that. And I think that's important because sometimes it just takes another person saying no, and not a salesperson going, oh, that looks good on you, and feeling like it's an honest answer of how you look.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
All right, guys, I'll be more stylish the next time because of Melissa's tips. All right, see you next week.